Financial wellness. Reach out to them for advice at 855-DON-GINO. And now back to your hosts, Don Getling and Gino Fronti.
Well, happy Saturday from Don Getling and Gino Fronti on the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show every Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., guiding you to personal financial wellness. And if we're on the air, that means nothing blew up after the elections.
Nothing went crazy. Nothing. That's right. Nobody did anything wild and crazy.
And if it did, you're not hearing this anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, so we're good. So good news is you're here with Don and Gino in the Vault Media Studio right here at Skyline Home Loans. And what Don was alluding to was an interesting election year that we had this year.
Oh, my goodness.
Yep, very, very different election year than we had. Even though usually it's pretty much cut and dry, we usually say we have really not a lot of good choices. That tends to be the trend the last, 15 years.
And why we don't talk about politics on our show.
That's right. But what we do talk about every single day, as you mentioned, Don, is personal and financial wellness. And today we're kind of going to go over the holiday season, what that means for real estate.
Well, and making sure a lot of you take advantage of a great time to buy, sell, purchase, and we're going to go over some fine details of why each of those, why you have advantages right now you probably don't know of, because a lot of you may be sitting on the fence. This happens a lot.
Yeah, I feel like it's a flashback to 2 years ago. Remember when we did that series called Get Off the Fence?
Yes.
It was probably around this time of year, and it was. And you can check it out at donandgino.com. Just type in Get Off the Fence on the search engine and the YouTube channel, and you'll find it.
Yeah, this is a pretty good topic for our first show ever.
So the idea here is that if you would have taken our advice 2 years ago with Get Off the Fence, you would have probably put, on average, here in the Los Angeles, Santa Clarita area, well, let's just talk about percentages for a minute, but somewhere between, let's call it 8 and 16% profit in your pocket. So yes, if you were looking at a $500,000 home, you maybe got out with somewhere between $40,000 and $80,000 in your pocket if you would have watched that series and taken action then, Don?
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby?
No, if you think about 10% on a $400,000 home, that's $80,000 in 2 years.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, so it's a $500,000 house. Oh, 6 figures.
Yeah, what a way to get a raise. Buying a house is a great way to get a raise.
All right, why don't you text us how many people put away $100,000 in the last 2 years?
My phone's not blowing up.
No, mine either.
No.
All right, we'd love you to join us in the Vault Media Studio. The only way you can get into the studio, because you can't get into the Vault Media Studio, you don't have a key, but you do by going to donandgino.com, donandgino.com. Click on the live streaming button, and voila, we have 3 HD cameras here, thanks to Furman, and we got Martha and Jen back there running the controls, all for you.
Yeah, and, we talk about getting off the fence, Don, and we talked about a significant raise, right, for home buyers the last couple of years. In fact, one of the best things is tax advantages as well. There's also the forced savings account. That's all aside from appreciation. What we just talked about was just appreciation. Then you've got the other factors that make homeownership better. In fact, 37% better than renting in most nationwide average, right, Don?
Yeah, we're going to go over some numbers you're going to love. It's called rent versus own, and we're going to show you what the advantages are of that. We're going to also go over what's called the cost of waiting. A lot of you are sitting on the fence, as Gino mentioned earlier, waiting for the right time. Well, that could cost you a lot of money in the meantime. So let's start. We're going to start off the show. Also, we'd like you to send you to 2 other websites that we work really hard on now for almost 6 years. We've been doing this on KHTS. We've also started a daily blog. If you want to know what's going on a daily basis, what's really going on, because the media spins stuff, they're marketing companies, and they don't always give you the truth. But if you want the real truth in basically 2 to 4 minutes, you can go to nrecafe.com, nrecafe.com, which stands for the National Real Estate Cafe that we started. And you can also get these blurbs sent to your phone directly by texting 58885. No, NREC to 58885. I always get that backwards.
So well, the reason you get it backwards is because it's 58885 up top as the number and NREC at the bottom. So when you say it, text NREC to the number 58885. It's actually backwards than what you have to do on your phone.
Why do they do that?
Technology.
Okay, and then we have one other site, because after doing multiple, we have over 1,500 interviews on YouTube right now, so definitely check out our YouTube channel at donandgino.com. We've interviewed the best professionals we can find in all of Santa Clarita over and over and over, and these are the best. We put them together in one area so you have all the resources you need throughout life, because you don't know when you may need a divorce attorney or an estate planner or a bankruptcy attorney or a financial planner, insurance planner, college planner, you name it. We got it all in one spot called America's Professional Resource Group. And you can find that at aprgi.com. That's aprgi.com.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, with as tumultuous as the stock market was, pre-election, then hopefully you took advantage of that and had some opportunities to look at your financial plan and talk to your financial planner, and hopefully you weren't concerned. I mean, I had no concern going into the election. Nope. I knew everything was fine. I knew everything was going according to plan. So swings of 200 to 400 points a day was like, meh. No big deal.
Well, here's why you need a financial planner, too. One, it's not your job. You don't do that all day long. That's what a financial planner does. And you don't know the idiosyncrasies of stocks and the market going up and down. Like we know the interest rates. People panic, and we know what's going on, and we know that it's going to react one way or the other, just like a financial planner does. He looks at similar charts that we look at, and we follow trends. That way, trends are your friend. That way you know what direction it's going. And, for example, what's nice about our financial planner, as opposed to not having one and think you can do it on your own or leave it in 401k, that's probably doing you a whole lot of good, at least not without a plan, is our financial planner, when the market tanks, everybody else panics, ours goes, hey,
let's buy something.
We got some buying opportunities here. Well, let's make you more money.
So let's talk about that, because in order for that to be a good opportunity, Don, in order for that's good for you and for I. But if someone's time horizon to get out is in 5 or 6 years, maybe that's not the same advice they receive. It's the advice that someone receives when they have a 10 or 20-year timeline, because we're going to be having inflation over the next 10 to 20 years. So that's the kind of advice we get, and that's what the custom-tailored financial planner does for you. If you're just watching the stock market and you're getting in and you're getting out and you're getting in and you're getting out, that could be very stressful.
Either that or you're in a pool.
And it's also very, very difficult to time the market. What do they call it? Never try to catch a falling knife. It's very, very difficult to get in and get out of these markets.
And without being emotional, like you said. That's a very key factor. We don't get emotional about our stocks.
No, everything's got some sort of rationale behind it. I've been knocking on the door. I've been wanting to buy Tesla now for quite some time, and he's like, just wait. And I know that one of these days I'll buy it.
Is Elon selling?
Yeah, I'm buying the whole thing. Yeah, just take it over. But, I've been wanting to buy that. He says, just wait. And, it's been going down. So there'll be a nice buying opportunity here at some point. I would have gotten in earlier if I didn't have a financial planner in my corner.
All right. And then what's nice about having a good financial planner and a good team of professionals is we look at all areas of your life. Because, we had Chris Ingram, who's our financial planner with IngramFinancialSolutions.com. And what's nice is he's like, okay, great. We work really hard to build all these assets. Build your assets. You save. And then something catastrophic happens in your life and takes it all away immediately if you aren't protected.
Unbelievable. When we had him on the show, we talked about that. And it's kind of funny now. You looked at both Lisa Odom, who was here last week, and Chris Ingram have both stressed the importance of life insurance, which is what Scott Zimmerman does. Right. They've both stressed that without life insurance, the other parts of your life, whether you have a great financial plan or a good trust or all those things, without life insurance, that's part of the triangle. If you don't have that, it may not support the other two.
Or long-term care. Those are all factors you don't think of. Disability. Because, for example, Lisa Odom, who's our estate planner, she's unfortunately dealing with 6, not 1 or 2, 6. She's dealing with 9. She's dealt with 9 recently, but 3 were properly prepared by her. And then, but unfortunately, the other 6 had tragic deaths with the spouse, and it's changed their lives. And some of those spouses owned businesses, were making huge 6 figures, and now it's all gone. And they're trying to clean up the mess and deal with the emotional side of it alone. But now you're having to deal with it financially, which is definitely not what you want to do when you're going through one of the most trying times of your life.
So I guess what we're trying to say is that we've done the vetting through the radio show. We've got a great group of professionals, America's Professional Resource Group. You can find out more at aprgi.com, or you could just keep listening to the show every Saturday. We have them on all the time to make sure we learn something every time they're on.
Every time.
So we want to make sure that every time you join us at 9 a.m. on Saturdays, you're learning something as well.
Well, I mean, like our college planner, Robert Schwartz.
God.
Yeah, with PremierCollegeGuide.com, PremierCollegeGuide.com. He is slammed right now helping a lot of our clients and a lot of our listeners and a lot of you with proper college planning, because a lot of you wait too long, and he's helping a lot of you figure out how to handle the basically just the forms that have to be filled out, the essays, the testing,
extracurricular activities, you name
stuff.
it. We've gone over all of that with Rob, and again, one of the most misunderstood fields that we have here on our show and part of America's Professional Resource Group, I think it's where people need a lot of direction.
All right, so go to aprgi.com. Stick around because now we're going to go into why is the holiday such a great time to buy or sell? And it truly is, and we're going to tell you why when we come back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show. Ho, ho, ho.